Hello, fellow Raisins. I'm Olivia Gao.
And I'm Alexis Wang, and welcome back to another episode of
The Vitis Podcast.
In today's segment, we will be discussing in depth the themes of the play, A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry, and how they apply to today's society.
Okay, let's first summarize the overarching storyline of this beautifully written play.
The story is set in South Side Chicago around the 1950s.
Hansberry starts by introducing the main characters, the Younger family. The Younger family is in the lower middle class living in Chicago, where their economic troubles are the root of the tension present within the family.
The family has been waiting on an insurance check containing a whopping $10,000. This money belongs to Mama, Walter's mother, but each adult has different desires as to what they want to do with the money.
The family is constantly struggling to decide throughout the play, but Mama eventually takes a down payment on a house in Slybourne Park, an all-white neighborhood.
One of the most significant themes of this play is a dream deferred, since the play is based on Langston Hughes' poem, A Dream Deferred, previously titled Harlem.
This poem is about how Hughes interprets what happens when a dream gets deferred and different ways it would affect an individual.
This poem is so significant to this story because each line in the poem reflects how each character is affected by their deferred dream and how it impacts them.
First, let's start with Walter.
Walter is the most obsessive over his dreams that he treats as his main purpose in life. His character connects to the line or fester like a sore.
After Walter's dream is destroyed, he lets himself rot like an untreated sore. He lets loose and is insensitive to how his behavior would affect the rest of the family.
As the man of the house, Walter wanted to open a liquor store to be able to provide for his family. But when his dream is deferred by financial issues, he is willing to sacrifice his pride and dignity in order to have an opportunity to bring his dream back to life, as he considers begging the neighborhood administrator to pay him more for the house, hoping they'll feel sorry for him and his family.
Ultimately, Walter's deferred dream erodes his masculinity as he shows moments of weakness, which trigger him to feel the need to fix his mistakes and own up to the problems he has caused. Next, we have Ruth. So Ruth's dream is to cultivate a happy family environment, revealing how she plays a significant role in the family dynamic. Ruth relates to the line in the poem saying, "Does it stink like rotten meat?"
Because of the family's low economic status, Ruth's dream is deferred. Ruth's unattainable dream makes her irritable and dampens the mood of the family, just like how the smell of rotten meat spreads throughout a room. In today's society, unhappy marriages are common, as each party often has conflicting ideals and dreams. Ruth and Walter are a prime example of why finding compromise is key to maintaining a healthy relationship.
Having different desires and unrealistic expectations of each other, Walter and Ruth have many unwarranted conflicts that slowly deteriorate their relationship. But through communication and understanding, the couple is able to come to common ground, saving their relationship.
Although the well-respected Mama achieves her dream in the end, we can see that Mama's dream has been deferred as well, due to the Youngers moving into the apartment.
And so, due to financial incapabilities of purchasing another house, Mama had to resort to sharing a tiny apartment with Walter, Ruth, Travis, and Benita. Her dream was shattered, yet she puts up the facade of being fine, stepping up to the role of the matriarch of the family, and not letting her dreams taint her interactions with them.
It can be gathered that Mama represents the line in the poem, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet. Even though her dream is deferred, she buries her own desires under a crust of sugar, serving to preserve her dream all while not letting her past fantasies negatively impact her present.
Mama is the glue of the family and constantly reminds each member of the importance of staying true to what really matters, as a family will always be there for you, even as you put up with your past failures.
In opposition to this, Walter's agreement with Willie Harris and Bobo illustrates why non-familial relationships formed over things like shared monetary desires can never be fully trusted, as they will always put themselves first. And, in Mama's wise words, once upon a time, freedom used to be life, now it's money. Back in Mama's time, freedom was not a given, which is why it was valued so much over money. How much change has occurred over the years can be seen clearly in this instance through their generational gap.
While the older generation valued the freedom they had, the younger generation, no pun intended, was more focused on the monetary aspects of life. Because the dreams of the younger family require money, they value that aspect so much more, as money is the key to their dreams. And lastly, we have Benita, Walter's sister. Benita is a stubborn, ambitious young lady who dreams of attending medical school and becoming a doctor.
But because of the socioeconomic status of their family, she is unable to pay for her college tuition and hopes that Mama's insurance money can cover it. But after Walter loses over half of the money, her dreams are crushed in an instant.
Benita's line in the poem is, "Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun?" Her hopes and dreams, once as full of promise as a grape full of juice, now dry up like a grape in the scorching sun as she watches the insurance money get stolen right under their noses by Willie Harris.
Benita is an example of a powerful young woman learning for independence, defying both gender and social norms. At this time, racial prejudices prevented most colored people from receiving a good education, so for her, a black woman, to want to be a doctor was unheard of. Her dream challenges every single social norm put into place during this time, making her an example of feminism.
In today's society, Benita's ideology is much more common and can be seen in the modern workplace. We can see a rise in women working in previously male-dominated professions as women's job equality was more widely accepted and practiced. Movements such as workplace equality and women in STEM have empowered our current generation, allowing individuals to pursue their dreams without gender being another obstacle along the way.
As we can see from the analysis of each character, each younger has their own unfulfilled dream that represents the key ideologies and values they represent. Financial instability is the root of their problems, as one of the driving forces behind their dreams is money.
The struggles that we see within the younger family are very real, as so many residents in the United States currently struggle with the very same problems as the youngers: financial instability and familial conflict, resulting in their dreams being deferred.
People are constantly pursuing their dreams, whether consciously or not, and while some people are able to achieve them, others are not so fortunate.
In the end, not every dream is realistic or achievable, and everyone has or will have a dream deferred. This does not mean that you should give up on your dreams entirely, but know that it is important to not allow them to consume your life.
Thank you for listening to this week's segment, and we'll see you next time on
The Vitis Podcast.